Player ratings are a tough thing to nail down, especially because you don't always know exactly what a player has been told to do out in the field. He might be doing a job closing down space or a channel, and that's what he's been told by the manager, and he might be doing it exactly as has been prescribed. But anyway, we'll start off with the goalkeeper, Shane Ryan from Rathmore. Good save early on from Conor Callahan, even though there was a free already. Well, they went back for a free. Pulled a Paddy Small shot out of the sky late on in the second half. That was crucial enough. Kickouts didn't really let the side down, bar one or two. So I'd give him a 7 out of 10. Jason Foley, needless foul early on Dean Rock, who had a good game. But overall, I thought Foley did enough for a 7. Tyg Morley, very tough job on Paul Mannion, who was in Footballer of the Year territory before this. A couple of scores early on for Mannion, but after the 15th minute, there were no more for the Kilmacud Crokes, man. So Morley will be happy enough with that. Tom O'Sullivan got a yellow card for a foul on Conor Callahan. Definitely didn't deserve red because John Small flopped on the ground, being honest. Tough task, and definitely Conor Callahan was involved in a few scores, but I think the Dingle man would be happy enough. Had held every man scoreless before this from play, and just a point this time, so that's not bad going. A 7 out of 10. Paul Murphy, quality player, didn't really happen for him with ball in hand. Might have done better with the goal chance rather than hitting it pretty much within the wingspan of Stephen Cluxton, who tapped it onto the crossbar. Mistake late on, just a simple handling error over by the Cusack stand side, gave Dublin a chance to equalise, which they missed through Cormac Costello. And the Hawkeye decision, which of course is so marginal. Maybe just a 6 out of 10 for Paul Murphy, but maybe not everyone would agree. Gavin Crowley, I thought he was an 8 out of 10. Really won his battle with Kieran Kilkenny. Very good throughout, good on the ball, struck a lovely point after 43 minutes, which was his first ever in the championship. Brian O'Bioglig kept Niall Scully very quiet throughout, so a job done there, replaced by Tommy Walsh then, who made a big impact. Dave Moran, 8 out of 10, smashing display, Rolls Royce player, everyone knows that. Carried the ball into contact late on and turned over, which did lead to the equaliser, so that'll grate on him. But another fantastic performance and some great high fielding, which is always brilliant to watch. Adrian Spillane, now he might be one of these guys who's done exactly what he's been told, but in terms of just watching without knowing what the information is going from the dressing room to the players, was a bit of a 6 out of 10 for me. Probably doing dirty work that we don't understand. Not the slickest footballer on the panel, and replaced by his brother Killian, who did score 1-1. Jack Barry, really good early run past Michael Darren McCall. He kind of set the tone in the midfield battle. Some fantastic kick out marks early on in the game as well. Ran very hard. Really impressed with him. Gavin White then, 5, well, I'll give Jack Barry 8 out of 10. Gavin White, probably closer to a 5. Really struggled on Jack McCaffrey, which many people do, and yeah, just a rough day for him. Replaced by Jack Sherwood. I think Sean O'Shea, or Shawnee Shea if you're from Kerry. 9 out of 10. Got a nice early score from play, put over his frees nicely in 45. It's a bit of a coming of age performance. You'd say he outshone David Clifford and Paul Ganey and a few others, even Stephen O'Brien, who's been player of the year before this. A couple of huge points late on, both of which equalised when Dublin were still ahead before Kerry actually went ahead through Gillian Spillane. So brilliant performance from Sean O'Shea. Stephen O'Brien, as I said, he's been player of the year before this. Didn't quite get to the same level, even though he scored a point in the first half and had John Small in trouble. Possibly could have had a free or a penalty at the start of the second half. 7 out of 10. 7 for David Clifford as well. I know people tend to swoon over Clifford if he does a dummy solo or whatever, or just anything. Never mind the fact that he's a brilliant player, but if he does something that's just okay, people tend to take a fit of the vapours over it. Missed 4 scoring chances over the course of the game. Some bad wides. Did win a penalty, scored 2 points from play, and his man got sent off for fouling him persistently. So good, but maybe it's just for Clifford's level, 7 out of 10. He's capable of so much more, and maybe he'll go, like people are talking about how Dublin will improve, but Clifford's certainly capable of shooting the lights out. Paul Ganey then 7 out of 10, worked unbelievably hard, but it was a Jekyll and Hyde performance. He had a goal line shot cleared by James McCarthy early in the game. He probably missed 1-3 worth of chances then, including the penalty. But he never backed down, and even straight away after that penalty, lovely kick pass that allowed Stephen O'Brien in. So probably not Gainey's most lights out performance, but still had a hand in a lot that was good and worked very, very hard.